Legendary Customs coming to you from La Crosse, Wisconsin. If you are watching this, you are appreciated. What I have next to me is the Legendary Mystic 2.0. Yes, the second version. Gonna rewind a little bit. This truck was the very first truck I ever owned in my life when I was 17 years old. Sold it when I was 19, purchased it back maybe 10 years ago, and this is my dream truck. The only reason why we are selling it is Legendary Customs is expanding and we need to buy a lot. So this truck has been the face of the company for quite some time. Our logo is a 1955 Chevy pickup truck, thus 1955 Chevy pickup truck. And again, this is the 2.0 version. When we first built it, we built it with a big block Chevy 454. Had to change things up, had to modernize things. Underneath this hood is a LS3, 425 horsepower and 410 foot-pounds of torque to get this thing going down the road. It is backed up by a 6-speed automatic transmission. So in my opinion, when you are driving down the road 70 miles an hour, with the ratios that we have in the gearing, it settles in perfectly. This is a vehicle that you can cruise or you can slide around the corners in, whichever one you want. Has plenty of power and plenty of cruising, but it is built basically for a cruiser and to have some fun in. All right, under the hood, Chevy 2.0 also brings you 4 train air horns. 1 is loud. 2, yeah, they know you're there. 3 is almost like a real freight train running down the tracks. And 4 is, I have arrived at the show, and you can honk the horn and let everybody know it. These train horns really let out one hell of a hoot. Now, right above them, you will see we have billet aluminum hinges on this bad boy. Much smoother opening and closing the hood than the factories, and you gotta say it, much better looking. The billet aluminum hinges are just an awesome touch. Small touch, but an awesome touch to improve on this Chevy 3100. Awesome ride. One of the features that this 1955 Chevy 31 has is we added, like I said, the 6.2 all aluminum block LS engine, which is hooked up to polished stainless steel long headers, which go right into a stainless steel TIG'd exhaust system. Now, this thing, in my opinion, has the perfect note. And all of you guys out there that love hot rods know that note. When you're going down the road, it's nice and mellow. It's deep. It just has that tone. But if you rev it, that exhaust comes to life. That's exactly what this is. Going down the road, it's not annoying. It's perfect. And then when you get on it, it tells everybody that that's not a pooch of a motor under the hood. Something that I did that I've not seen before is the exhaust actually comes out right under the steps. I thought about a rear exhaust, dual exhaust. So many people do that, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I wanted it to come out under the steps, side exhaust, just to have it a little bit different. And having that exhaust tip the entire length of the step really helps it with that deep tone that is just perfect. All right, one of the things we like to do here at Legendary Customs is take little things and make them look like they came from the factory, but they totally didn't. One of the things is this front bumper. This front bumper is from a 1958 Chevy Viking truck. The Viking was the big truck that the farmers used to haul their grain to market. This grill was shrunk in by 3.5, 4 inches, and then shortened to fit inside of the grill of the 1955. Just a subtle change. If you were not a die-hard Chevy guy, you would look at this and say, that could be stock. But you know that when you pull into a show or when you pull into an event, that you are going to be one of very few that have this grill out there. I've seen a couple of them done after we did this one, but it's very tasteful, very fitting, and again, slight change, never was from the factory, but it could look like it came that way. Part of the legendary Mystic 2.0 is also these forged billet aluminum wheels. We had a traditional 5-spoke wheel on there, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with the traditional 5-spoke wheel. But I wanted to update it. These are brand new. They literally just came out of the paint booth yesterday. Forged billet aluminum riding on the Michelin Sport tires. The Michelin Sport tires are supposed to be one of the most aggressive performance tires out there. So, with the horsepower, the wheels, you gotta put some good rubber under these. These literally have 0 miles on them. Other things that we have done on this 1955 Chevy, if you go back and look, they all have a rain drip edge that goes all the way around. We eliminated that, gives it a much smoother look, more modern, and it just, in my opinion, it flows a lot better than having that drip edge, that rain rail all the way around. We also eliminated the vent window, so it's a one-piece glass. And we also eliminated the door handles. Everything is on a popper. Push a button, the doors open. Now, this truck has won Best of Show at several places, Best in its class several times, Best Interior, Best Paint, and Best Engine Compartment. This truck, in this lighting, really isn't showing you what it is. This paint in the sun just comes to life. It's amazing all the way around. So if you're watching this and you're going to Barrett-Jackson, hopefully there are bright lights down there. Hopefully this paint will really show off under those bright lights. But you got to check that out. Now, been talking about a lot of things. Here is something you will never see duplicated again. It's the legendary live edge bed. We have made several of these, but not a single one of them is the same as the next. We produced the first live edge bed 7 years ago now. It's a first in the world. We did a lot of research. Never seen them in trucks before or in vehicles before. Now, this is not a new idea in any way. There's live edge bed furniture, desks, bars, all sorts of things. We thought it would look cool as heck in a pickup truck. Now, the epoxy, this is a cherry wood pickup truck bed. The epoxy, we actually put the exact same pigments in it. That's in the paint, in the burnt orange paint, and it looks awesome. First show I ever took this to, now, this is a kick-ass truck. But the first show I ever took this to, everybody was like, is this the truck with the live edge bed? Well, yes it is. And again, when you're at a show or you're out cruising around, no one is going to have a bed like this. No one. They're one of a kind. Now, it's a tilt bed. Comes up. Why do you have a tilt bed? To show all of the candy that's underneath. This truck is on air ride. We added brighter LED lights underneath. really show off the artwork that's under here. You can see the custom one-off frame. You could see the reserve air tank. It is 2 pumps to keep up with the demand. And of course you have your rear fuel cell. That rear fuel cell really helps with the balance of the truck. Puts some of the weight in the back, gives you a better front end to rear end ratio, and it really helps with the handling of the truck all the way around. That's another cool thing about this. That LED lights really comes up through the bed. Just the lighting is awesome. Just glows right through it. Looks like the bed's on fire. So, air ride, 4 corners, independently controlled by Ride Tech. The reason why that's important is when you are cornering a lot of systems, the rear bags are hooked together, the front bags are hooked together. Each one of these is independent, so when you're going into a corner, you don't get a lot of body roll. That air from the inside corner won't transfer to the outside corner and make your truck roll a lot. This air ride system's hooked up, really drives beautiful. 4-wheel disc brakes all the way around. Hand stops that power, brings it down. It's an awesome truck all the way around. On the interior, it has beautiful, soft leather. Now, it's the original bucket seat that came in 1955 with all brand new components on it. Brand new foam. We had it built and bolstered just like you would have in a bucket seat. Extremely comfortable to sit in. We wanted that old school leather look from the beat up baseball glove, and that's exactly what we have. Now, going down the road, you gotta keep things cool. This does have vintage air HVAC system, so it has plenty of heat when you need it, which I've never had it out when it's cold, so never used the heat side of it, but the air conditioning definitely keeps up. Very cold blowing air, easy to bring. Now, the radio has 4 speakers in there that are hidden. 2 of them are right behind you, hidden behind leather, which is perforated, and 2 of them are right down at your feet. And it is run with a Bluetooth stereo, so you can hook up your phone and play iHeartRadio or anything that you have on your playlist. You can just run it right through. It's also hands-free, so when you're making a call, don't have to pick up your phone if you don't want to, and you can have that hands-free experience just like you would in a modern vehicle. All I can say is this truck is a dream truck that I've had forever, and it can be yours. It's going to go to Barrett-Jackson January 25th, which is Saturday. It is lot number 1451. So they're telling me sometime Saturday, January 25th, between 4:30 and 7:30 at night, this should be going through. If you're interested, come down to Barrett-Jackson, see it. And I'm sure there's something that I missed today that I will have on a card that has bullet points with all the features that this truck has. This is one kick-ass truck that you will never see duplicated on the road. And if you decide to buy it, you will be driving a truly legendary 1955 Chevy 3100 truck.